Jackfruit. Tamil Nadu is a state in southern India. Its capital and largest city is Chennai. Tamil Nadu lies in the southernmost part of the Indian subcontinent and is bordered by the Union Territory of Puducherry and the South Indian states of Kerala, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh. It is bounded by the Eastern Ghats on the north, by the Nilgiri Mountains, the Meghamalai Hills, and Kerala on the west, by the Bay of Bengal in the east, by the Gulf of Mannar and the Palk Strait on the southeast, and by the Indian Ocean on the south. The state shares a maritime border with the nation of Sri Lanka. The region was ruled by several regimes, including the three crowned rulers Chera, Chola and Pandyang states, which shaped the region's cuisine, culture, and architecture. After the fall of Kingdom of Mysore, the British colonial rule during the modern period led to the emergence of Chennai, then known as Madras, as a metropolitan city. Modern-day Tamil Nadu was formed in 1956 after the reorganization of states on linguistic lines. The state is home to a number of historic buildings, multi-religious pilgrimage sites, hill stations and 3 World Heritage Sites. Tamil Nadu is the 10th largest Indian state by area and the 6th largest by population. The economy of Tamil Nadu is the second largest state economy in India with 19.02 trillion rupees in gross domestic product with a per capita GDP of 276,815 rupees. It ranks 11th among all Indian states in Human Development Index. Tamil Nadu is the most urbanized state in India, and one of the most industrialized states. The manufacturing sector accounts for more than 1/3 of the state's GDP. Its official language is Tamil, which is one of the longest surviving classical languages in the world. Archaeological evidence points to this area being one of the longest continuous habitations in the Indian peninsula. In Attirampakkam near Chennai, archaeologists from the Sharma Center for Heritage Education excavated ancient stone tools which suggest that a human-like population existed in the Tamil Nadu region somewhere around 1000 years before Homo sapiens arrived from Africa. A Neolithic stone celt unearthed 169 clay urns containing human skulls, skeletons, bones, husks, grains of rice, charred rice, and celts of the Neolithic period, 3,800 years ago. The ASI archaeologists have proposed that the script used at that site, Tamil Brahmi, is very rudimentary and dated somewhere between the 5th century BCE and 3rd century BCE. About 60% of the total epigraphical inscriptions found by the ASI in India are from Tamil Nadu, and most of these are in the Tamil language. In Kizadi near Madurai, excavations have revealed a large urban settlement dating to the 6th century BCE, during the time of urbanization in the Gangetic Plain. During this dig, some potsherds were uncovered with a script similar to Indus script, leading some to conclude it was a transition between the Indus Valley script and Tamil Brahmi script used in the Sangam period. The early history of the people and rulers of Tamil Nadu is a topic in Tamil literary sources known as Sangam literature. Numismatic, archaeological and literary sources corroborate that the Sangam period lasted for about 8 centuries, from 500 BCE to 300 CE. The recent excavations in Alajankulam archaeological site suggests that Alajankulam is one of the important trade centers or port cities of the Sangam era. Ancient Tamil Nadu contained 3 monarchical states, headed by kings called Venda and several tribal chieftaincies, headed by the chiefs called by the general denomination Well or Wellia. Still lower at the local level there were clan chiefs called Kizahar or Mannar. The kings were known as the Moovendar, the 3 crowned kings, and were the Cheras, Cholas and Pandyas. The Cheras controlled the western part of Tamilkam, what is today western Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The Pandyas controlled the south, what is today southern Tamil Nadu. The Cholas had their base in the Kaveri Delta and controlled what is today northern Tamil Nadu. Although these dynasties were never conquered by outside powers, there were still significant diplomatic contacts between them and kingdoms to the north. They were mentioned on the pillars of Ashoka. These rulers sponsored some of the earliest Tamil literature. The oldest Sangam work we have knowledge of is the Tolkappiyam, a book of Tamil grammar. Most Sangam literature dealt with themes of love and war. In these poems, a glimpse of Tamil society at the time can be glimpsed. The land was fertile, and people pursued different occupations depending on what regions they were in. Their gods included figures such as Sian and Kotravi, who were worshipped at different places. The rulers patronized Buddhism and Jainism. And starting in the CE period, references to Vedic customs begin to grow. Significant trade was also undertaken with the outside world. Much commerce from the Romans and Ha China converged in T.